All right, welcome everybody. It's 7 o'clock. Please note that this meeting is being broadcast and recorded, and the recordings will be made available on the town's YouTube channel. Before we get started, I just want to add one thing to the agenda, 6.5. Community Foundation Grant. So here with that, I'll just move on to 1.2, introduction of new members. So on behalf of myself and the rest of the team here, I'd like to welcome our three newest members. Joining us virtually is Mitchell, and then in person is Sean and Carolyn. So not to put you on the spot, but I will give each of you just a couple moments to introduce yourselves to the rest of the team. So Sean, if you want to start.
My name's Sean Merton. I work at Elvira Equipment. I live in Kamoka and Corey. It depends on what week it is. I'm involved with a few service groups for ages. I've been with Kamoka Kill with Optimus. Well, I'm actually a life member, so I've been there for a while, and I do a couple other big projects. Mainly the big London Santa Claus parade. I ran it for 35 years. So.
Welcome. I'm Carolyn Attridge. I'm retired from the Southwest Lynn. I worked there for 30 years and there's 35 in the Strathroy Hospital. When I retired, I moved out to Kamlaki and I've been active as a volunteer with the, then I worked at the Erie St. Clair Lynn for a couple of years, kind of ease into retirement. And I'm active with the Lambton Outdoor Club as a hike leader and on various committees with them as well. Thank you. Welcome.
Mitchell.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm Mitchell. I live in Waterloo. I'm sure some of you have probably seen me around just helping with some committee stuff in the past, just some setup and takedown. I come home often just for family events and just for some other events going on in the town. So I thought it would just be a good way to get involved and a good way to kind of bring my academic, I guess, expertise, you could call it. I have a major in recreation and leisure studies and a minor in event management. So I figured I could just help out and bring some of that to the table and see what others have to offer.
Well, welcome. So just a few things for our new members. I'm not sure if Nicole did talk about it or not, but the meetings in the council chambers is where we talk about our plans in general and discuss any monetary requirements or anything that requires us to get council approval or administration approval. We also have subcommittee meetings held sporadically throughout the year where we really kind of get into the nuts and bolts of our planning of our events. We currently have 6 events that we hold through Wyoming and Kamlaki, and that is Easter, which is getting more and more well attended. Picnic in the Park, well attended. Canada Day, we're still finding our place with that one, I'll say. Fins and Fenders, which was new this year, went over extremely well. The next one actually coming up is Halloween Spectacular, and it is like Easter growing considerably. And then Christmas in the Village, we were brought on to the event about 3 years ago just to kind of see how we could spin it. And we kind of went from about 200 attendees to about 1,000 last year. So I think it's getting bigger and better. So financially, just so everyone's aware that we are given a certain allotment through the town's budget. We also apply for various grants, and we send our resident money go-getter Mike out to get a lot of our sponsorships, but we all take part in that as well. We're very fortunate to have many sponsors who are extremely thrilled to donate to the committee. And as of right now, just that we all know, we have about $15,000 left over on our books for the balance of our year. So again, welcome to the group. We are definitely all a team here. Everyone has equal input. I will say it's a very great team and let's all have fun. So. Anyone else want to add anything to that?
Should introduce the rest of the crew.
Sure, we can. Well, I'm Brad. I'm the chair. I live in Wyoming.
I'm Melissa Reichstadt. I'm the co-chair. I also live in Wyoming.
My name is Alex. I was a committee member when I first started, 2021, and I'm a council representative.
I'm Mike and I also live in Wyoming.
I'm Gordon McKenzie and I live in Plympton-Wyoming.
Gary Atkinson, I'm your mayor. I am an ad hoc member of this committee.
Adam Surbanski, Chief Administrative Officer, representing the town as a corporation.
Ingrid Morrison, and I'm from Kamlaki as well.
And I'm Jill Herdman, and I'm from Wyoming too.
A little operations coordinator, support to the committee.
Nicole Campbell, Executive Assistant.
Okay, moving on, I have a motion here. Moved by Mike Nagel, seconded by Gord McKenzie, that the minutes be adopted of the Special Events Committee and that those confidential minutes of the closed sessions of the committee remain confidential and restricted from public disclosure in accordance with exemptions provided in the Municipal Freedom of Information Protection of Privacy Act. That is, of course, referring to the minutes that's in the package that Nicole gave us. The Special Events Committee minutes dated September 8th, 2025. Does anyone see any errors, omissions? Seeing none, can I get all in favor? Carried, thank you. Moving on, 6.1. 26. Oh yeah, 5.1. The payables, they are also in our package here.
Lovely.
Yeah. All of that would be for the spectacular coming up, and then there's more to be added that didn't get on this round. And our half of our license fee that we agreed to for the Kamlaki Fire Association for the movie night.
Was that well attended, by the way? I didn't hear anything about
I
it.
think we figured 100, didn't we, Joe?
Yeah.
Cause I think you counted 100 on the way out, right? Yeah, it's about 100 at
Yeah.
the beginning, so.
Yeah. The weather was perfect. It was just perfect all the way around. Does anybody have any questions about those payables? All in favor? Gary, thank you. Guess we should technically read the motion from thank you, Gord. So I do have a motion moved by Gord, seconded by Mike, that the Special Events Committee receive and approve the payables for September 2025, and that was carried, so thank you. Moving on, 6, business arising from previous minutes, 6.1, 2026 calendar. Cole, that was in there again.
Yeah, so I've just added it so you can see we added a November 23rd date.
Oh, right, okay.
Is that because of the elections?
Yes, sir. All committees except this one are disbanded as of the election date and formed by council as a whole. Given your village event, do not want to disband you right before the committee event. So this committee would then be reviewed and redone January after council is reviewed. So the start and end dates would be different. I think the only difference, we had to sit down and talk about the process, but likely existing committee members at minimum would have to provide an expression of interest in rejoining and go from there.
But 6.2 summer send up. I wasn't able to go this year. There's quite a few that could attend. I heard it went extremely well and it was very well attended. I think Gordon told me like 1,400 plus. Melissa, do you want to?
Yeah, so first off, I don't know if I posted in the chat. I think it's been busy. Thank you to everyone who came, and thank you, Alex, for arranging a spot for us there. I think it was great. I think we saw a lot of people from Kamlaki that we haven't seen. I think we saw a lot of local people that had no idea about the committee. And we always have a hard time reaching out to Kamlaki, so it was nice to just have everyone there all at once. We gave out all of our flyers and then some. And we had a lot of people that were very interested that had either went to this spectacular event last year, but like had no idea whether or not there was even going to be one this year and weren't really sure where to find the information. A couple people knew about our committee, but very few. It was a great place to outreach and definitely, we should be attending next year for sure. It was a really easy win for seeing a lot of friendly new faces. And those of us who went also got to do some shopping, so it's bonus overall.
Everybody looking at me.
Just as an aside, not for that event, but we did have some issues with the tent. I brought the wrong tent. So we probably need to label our tents better. We brought a very large tent and not the right topper, which was fine. Gord was able to fix us up with one from the museum. Just so we had something because it did spit a little bit. But yeah, other than that, it would have been nice too if we had had our QR code for our Facebook page on the little posters as well, like on the little handouts. Just because a lot of people weren't sure where to find us on Facebook, so if we had just had the QR code on there to link into, that would have been helpful too.
Yep.
But overall, I think great event, great feedback, and thank you to everyone who was able to be there because it was nice to have a lot of hands so that we weren't there all day too.
It was a really nice event. I'm really glad I'd gone as well. It was good.
Can I also say that we did the same thing basically at the movie night where we were walking up to people, handing them the little flyers and talking about or asking them if they knew about our committee. So we were really pushing it, and the same, especially at summer send off. I didn't do as much talking as the other committee members, but walking up to people, they weren't walking up to us so much as we were walking up to them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were worried that we were trying to sell them something.
Yeah.
But then as soon as we were like, town sponsored free event, then they were like, okay, we're not trying to con you into something.
It'll be interesting to see how the fall event goes in Kamlaki now.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
month, rather to see how the attendance is, because with all the flyers that we handed out, it should be very, very busy, I would think.
Yeah, I would hope so, yeah.
So I know Al and Josh Booth, our engineering tech guy, handed out flyers at the fair as well. How many flyers do you figure, give or take?
We didn't have a whole lot of reception where we're posted. We're way back at the west end of the laneway, so I'd say we've maybe a dozen at the most. That's where we were able to. We were kind of tucked in behind the OPP setup. The kids were more
Wanting to go.
active at the OPP pictures and the horses and all that stuff over there. So
At least we're able to hand out something, so.
Yeah.
We hand out everything, then we resorted to handing out the town flyer. Showing people how the blue box isn't going to be ours.
Environmental committee would be very pleased.
Can I also say that if we're in an event like that again, and we're bringing a tent, that we see if we can get a corner lot, so no matter, because we've got 3 tents. So a 10 by 10, 10 by 12, and then
By
a
15.
really big one, which we wouldn't, yes. But when they're given the spots that are 10 by 10, if we happen to bring the wrong one, then it's no go. If we were on the outside, we probably could have used it, so. Although we had another canopy with it too. So.
There was some Melissa user error there, unfortunately, but we made it work.
Well, yeah, we're
Live and learn.
more and more stuff. We do have to go through the CCAN and make a master list kind of
Yeah.
up there and post it there and maybe label everything, we do need to get a lot more totals
Yeah,
as well. So yeah, we'll have to do that at some point.
Oh, I just dumped a pile of shelving into there.
Did you? Okay, perfect. Yes, thank you, Gord. He was able to secure a bunch of, how many shelves did you end up?
I don't know, well, 16 is it?
Alex, if you.
16
No,
shells.
just send an email.
Joe,
Okay.
plastic thing. So
Before,
when I told my son I'd take them, they were in my house the next day.
it's, sounds like you want to get rid of them. Well, that's good, because that'll be nice to have. So it's 4 complete sets then, basically.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyone else have anything on summer send off that they wanted to throw in? No.
People just kept on coming. Just
There was-
coming down the aisle.
And there was a lot of like adults with kids too.
Cute.
Yeah, yeah, it's unfortunate too that it wasn't before our Fins and Fenders event, because I feel like there was some people that would have floated that event too.
Good. The next event coming up then for us is the Halloween Spectacular. It is October 25th, 11 to 2 at the Community Center in Kamlaki. We are going to set up the Friday night on the 24th. We set a time for that? 7?
Was it 7 o'clock?
I think we said around 7. I know the community center is available all night anyway. I think Gord was going to arrange keys.
Oh, I'll get a key from the deputy mayor.
I don't know, well, we can talk offline, but we just think he's available for set up.
Just talk to me. Don't worry about him.
For the event.
Don't worry about him.
Yep.
Are we doing
Nettie's got a key.
the
He's
dog
gonna cover me Saturday.
or different vote? Okay.
So we did initially pencil out a budget of $3,000 for the event. Lots of decorations were purchased for the event. In total, it's going to be around $700 that was split up between a lot of different members. We did manage to have a sponsor get a hold of me and ask if they could help with candy donations this year. So they're going to donate $330 towards candy donations. And they are actually Team Reed of Remax out in the Kamlaki area. So that's good.
Mr. Chair, will they get some recognition?
Yeah, I've got tags that we're gonna put on each of the little bags for the kids that we're gonna hand out. Yeah. Talked to Jen from Jen's Dog Grooming at the fair. She is generously going to donate a Halloween gift basket for our furry friends to the event. And I do have ballots at home that we will draw that day for 1 basket. Gord, Huron Shores Optimists, everything
They told me they were all on board.
on board.
I believe the food is by donation. Is that what? they said?
Yeah, the food is by donation.
Okay.
So we should ask, we should remind people just because it's nice for them to remember to bring cash.
So Alex, that might be in kind of whatever you do the week before, right? So. So it's a little different this year because of the Canada Post strike. Whether we do advertise in the paper or not, I'm not sure. I know it is available. She's opened up the portal online to see the paper online, but whether we do that or whether we just bump up our Facebook posts in the area, what do you think, Alex?
Yeah, we definitely get good reach on
Facebook?
Facebook when we put money behind it. Like the event itself is I just looked, we're at 134 people responded, so they're getting notifications when we post on that event page. Which is good, but I think we usually do anywhere between 30 and 40. I think is where we usually land.
So maybe we could bump up to be a bit more repetitive then for.
Yeah, so we bump it up, we can do a general one, but then we can also do one specific with Romaine, talking about what he saw, like more specific about the offerings, which may generate more interest.
Mr. Mayor?
Just a question. Do you do some posters around the area as well?
Sure. I think we did. I did 2 sets. Was it 75 maybe between Gord and Mike? Dropped all over the place, yeah.
Still think that helps as well.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And Foodland has the little ones. We took them in on
I saw
Saturday.
Yeah.
Each still has one. I don't know how many they've got left, but Still has one.
those little square things that I had done.
Yeah, the little mink buns. Yeah.
I didn't know you had any left over.
Yeah, I purposely saved one
Oh,
bun
okay.
for Wyoming. The other ones went out to the
Okay.
park to give out and stuff. So yeah.
The leftover flyers that we have from the fair would be up at the front.
Yes, they will.
So if you want those, they're just currently up in the office. If you wanted to take them to hand them out at certain locations.
Do you guys have a lot of extra foot traffic though because of tax bills and stuff at the end of the month?
More than average, yes.
It may not hurt to leave them at the front desk then, maybe more people will see them.
They're not hurting anything there, so it's absolutely fine. Is that a free billing?
But you have to call the town first and get your number.
So yeah, after the meeting, we'll kind of, before we leave, we always kind of have a little chit chat, about different things. So if we can maybe see, I guess, who's gonna be available to help the night before and who will be available the day of. So we kind of have a handle on, there.
I also have a car full of candy for anybody who would like to help stuff some candy bag.
I've already given out the kids already that I've got, you've got some bags yet that I have to get from you, but it's all ready to coordinate.
Perfect. Then my children will stop eyeing it up.
I do have tags too that go on the,
We're just gonna staple them on or?
I've drilled a hole in the bag with the
Oh,
long
yeah.
things, right?
It's twist up. Yeah, twist ties. There we go.
Oh, okay.
That's fine though.
Still works.
Yeah.
Mike, you were asking me, do you want us to put labels on the bags? You mean the little circles that we did one time?
Stickers.
I don't think what would they say?
Let's compliment the PWE committee.
But we're not really like the 330 covers most of the candy costs.
But it still comes from our committee.
It does, yeah.
People thought last time they were coming from the Optimists.
Yeah.
Like we've already got them set up. I can run off some more for us and then.
I might have enough already.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, some left, yeah.
Well, let me know if you don't.
Do you have 300? Maybe.
I'd have 200.
I'll run some extras because we're gonna need
100 more.
We bring them to set up.
Yeah, or we can, yeah, well, we can also divide them up ahead of time. We've still got a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Whoever we see.
Who is doing the candy allotments anyway? 4 or 5 of us?
Probably.
Melissa and I organized it and Mike's got a double kit and Gord and Carolyn and Ingrid's doing a double kit and then there's gonna be 20 left over, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got.
Got lots of,
Yeah.
many hands make light work.
Yeah.
Okay. And everyone that purchased stuff, like all of my stuff's come in, your stuff, is it
I
all?
have $100 more to send in and then I'm done.
Okay, and then you got some, Rachel,
I've got, yeah,
and everything come in there.
yeah. Yeah, there was one thing never showed up, so I talked to Amazon about that and they refunded me. Then I got Melissa to order, those were
Yeah.
the temporary tattoos. Anyway, it's all figured out. We got it.
Okay, good. If no one else has anything else about 6.3 Halloween Spectacular, I'll go on to Christmas in the Village. Yeah,
What did you guys put?
you normally put what, 35, was it 40?
30 to 40, yeah.
Somewhere between 50 and 60, then maybe just hit it relatively hard. I think in area. I do still like the paper for certain readers, but I right now, no. Okay, 6.4 Christmas in the Village. Again, that event is December 13th from about 5 to 9 p.m. Hopefully at the Wyoming Fairgrounds. We did ask for a budget of $7,000 for the event. There are couldn't believe that there are 9 groups involved in the event. I thought there was a lot less, but there's 9. So the town of Wyoming, our events committee, the Wyoming Lions and the Lioness, the Masons in Wyoming, the Wyoming Legion, the Egg Society, the fire departments, and the tractor parade group. So that's a lot of people that helped put this on, so it's pretty impressive. There's some big changes this year. The details need to be ironed out. We did, with Mike's help, send out a letter to all the groups. There is an initial planning meeting on October 23rd at 7 at the Wyoming Fire Hall. I would encourage as many people from our committee to attend. It's not mandatory, but I mean, just lends more voice to our group.
Is that at 7 o'clock also?
Yeah. And hopefully there will be 2 more after that. One probably mid-November and one maybe the end of November. I think last year we had 1, maybe.
I thought we had 2 in total, yeah.
So because of the changes, unless we can square it away pretty quick, on the first go around, we'll have at least 2 or 3. Some of the details that I know right now, the fair building ladies, they will be making cookies, the kits. Both horse and carriages have been booked. Slight change this year. One is Humes from Watford, which is the one we've always used. The other one is Bear Creek Stables. And we can decorate both carriages lightly. So, which is fine. So in our Christmas planning, maybe if we can think about battery operated Christmas lights or something along that line.
Are they relying on us to decorate for any kind of decoration?
I would
I imagine,
assume so.
like, I imagine though, if we do nothing, they'll be, like, at least Humes will be as decorated as it will. Here?
The Mega Tree Christmas programming is about 35 to 40 minutes in length, so a little bit less than last year, and it's almost done. Celebration of Band, Lights Band has been booked again for this year. They were just a phenomenal hit last year, and we had so many comments on them, so we booked them at last year's event for this year. They're more than thrilled to come. We did purchase a new 10 by 15 tent earlier this year that we could use at Picnic in the Park. That is going to be converted into Santa's house. Quite a while back, we had done kind of a demo of what it might look like. The entire transformation of the tent, top and sides, inside and outside is about $2,000 less discounts. And we did receive a grant for this. There will be some money left over from that grant, but it's all goes towards, excuse me, Santa's seating area, I believe, right? Okay. So, because we're gonna need some decorations in the tent, even though you had supplied some stuff, thank
Yeah,
you.
we've got a Christmas tree and to go in there, and it's a pre-lit 7.5-foot tree. And I got Christmas lights that we can put up around exterior or interior. So that's ready to go as well.
So I'll talk to maybe you, Nicole, tomorrow if you're in. I'll give you a call about how we're gonna do that, because I know there's certain wording, right? Okay.
Oh, and the firewood's here now as well, so it's all
Say that.
sitting there
9
too.
or 10 bundles, I think, wasn't there?
Bundles.
That Ingrid and her husband dropped off at the sea can. Nice and dry.
It's very dry. I did find I forgot to bring it though. I've got a cover for it. So I wanted the tarp so we can keep it dry if we need it still.
Okay. So when you put a tarp over, then inside there's 2 10-foot long, there's 3 10-foot long 2x4s that will throw over top just so that the tent
Keep it
go
from
flying.
Perfect.
So one of our subcommittee meetings coming up, which we always have at the museum. Gord's more than happy to have it at the museum. We'll discuss decorations and such. So if everyone wants to kind of maybe start percolating about Christmas, even though we just got into October and it's nice and sunny. Kind of need to start thinking about it. That's all I have that I know of right now for Christmas in the Village. We do have one community group that has spoken for sponsoring the wagon. And usually at the first meeting, we always will ask any other groups if they want to sponsor one of the wagons. And what we used to do with that is just put a sign on the back and acknowledge them. At the
You
event.
still need a second sponsor?
We do, but I just was gonna leave that to the event,
Meeting.
to the first meeting, unless you really got something that works already.
Maybe. I'll see what I can do.
Okay,
You and I can talk about it.
yep, okay. So Christmas in the Village is a big undertaking for the town. We, in speaking with the tractor parade organizers, they hope to, I would say maybe almost double the amount that we're in last year. So I have reminded them that we have to be cognizant of this, the 20-minute rule for the closing of the road.
That's what the county kind of suggests if you're gonna be using temporary emergency services.
Okay.
20 minutes.
Okay, I think we'll definitely be under that. There also had expressed concern to me about, because the town was absolutely flooded last year uptown with the amount of people and running out, if I could get in touch with the OPP about having someone lead the parade, and I've already been in contact with them, and they're we penciled in with them. They do have another event going on that day, but I don't think I told her the time, so I think we'll be good. Be able to get one, so.
If not, couldn't the fire lead it or no? Like a fire truck?
Or the fire truck, yeah, yep. Yeah, that's all I had for Christmas in the Village, Mike.
Should I send out a reminder of the meeting?
Yeah, definitely wouldn't hurt, for sure. Thank you for suggesting that. Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. Everybody gets busy and that stuff just gets put on the back burner, so yeah, definitely it's a good idea.
Right, what kind of seating do we have for Santa?
It's red and brown, like it's a red and brown, like high back chair. That he sits in, and then the kids kind of like the kids just kind of stand around him.
Okay.
It would be nice to see if we could find something for the kids to sit on, so.
Yeah.
But yeah,
See if we could get a small sleigh that Santa would sit on and a child beside. That'd be ideal. Don't laugh at me, Mike.
That's a great idea.
Funny you mention that, because actually I've already looked at plans for one
That we could build.
for next year, yeah.
Yeah.
Still thinking about it, but yeah, that would be neat, but there is definitely.
Well, maybe if there's some grant money, maybe we can get materials and put it together.
Yeah.
Mr. Chair, have you confirmed that Santa's gonna be available?
Yes, Santa is available.
Most important.
It's important, sure. Yes, he is available.
Did you send it via mail?
No, Gord? Okay, he stepped up, it's email.
My email address, yeah.
Mr. Long manages it for him, not to worry.
I guess we should give some thought about the.
John wants a question.
Yes.
So we ran into the same issue in Kamoka when we do breakfast with Santa. So what we did was we got a outdoor wooden bench and put cushions on it. It works perfect because if they have 3 or 4 kids, you got them all together, nobody's sitting on the floor, and the pictures come out fabulous.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that might be an idea. The sleigh idea is great, but I'm gonna tell you right now, people trip and get into it every time.
That was one.
And that's all you need is one kid to land on the face, because yeah. But the bench works awesome. So might be an idea for you.
Yep.
You would also mention that the tent that Santa's going to be in, you said Santa's house.
Yeah.
So if there's a sleigh inside of Santa's house, is that it for the North?
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be. It would take up at least half the tent, so that's why I really haven't pursued it too much. I'd rather see something else, instead, but
So ideas thrown around.
yeah.
If we don't end up having anything else, I've got just some little kids chairs I could bring to for this year that we could cover with something. I'm sure Jill can help me cover them with something.
Because we've never had anything in all
Yeah.
these years, right? But it might be nice just so They could sit there and list off the 100 things that they want.
Yes, yeah, a bench with a back that would be nice, because
Yeah,
I'm really
definitely.
sitting with all kids, they
Yeah.
don't fall backwards.
Okay, so these are all things that we need to kind of iron out, but yeah, I think it'll be an awesome event this year if the weather holds. It will be an awesome event with everything that's kind of taking shape that I know of right now, anyway. If there's nothing else for that, I will move on to 6.5. Community Foundation grant. So I did see that there was a thing on Facebook last week that is coming up, I think sometime early November, I believe, is when it had to be in. We have always applied for the grant, the past couple of years. And we've been able to purchase items for our committee. Typically, it's been to expand our events visuals, I'll say. And it's been either $2,000, $2,500 requests that we've officially put in for it. There are certain stipulations for the grant. But Nicole and Adam will help us kind of walk us through whether you can or you can't do that, or whether you shouldn't. So knowing that it's available, I guess I should ask the committee, do we want to apply for it? And if you do, how much? And the other thing is, what would we want to use it for?
And it is a Wyoming Community Foundation, so it has to be used on our Wyoming event.
So this year, Nicole, what we got it for was
Eating area.
the seating area enhancements for Santa Claus.
I think last year was for the mega tree, like 2 years ago.
2 years ago was for the mega tree. So depends how far do you want to keep expanding the Christmas decorations? Do you want to expand some of the other events? It can't be for the running of an event, but it can be something purchased for the event. Well, granted, in saying that, Christmas is probably the easiest one to purchase stuff for. But
Yeah, like the picnic, we don't generally have a lot of fixed things that we hang on to.
it doesn't have to be until Wednesday, November 11th, or
I can grab the forms, they're on my desk.
Probably not the 11th.
It's the end of the month, isn't it?
Think so.
In November.
I feel like it would be nice to have better lighting, like better, like some sort of lighting thing. Like the mega tree is one thing, but we had talked last meeting about having like some sort of like lit up arch thing that you walk through, or like something like that. I feel like would really entice. I think you're right. Christmas is the easiest thing to spend money on,
is,
where
yeah.
we have fixed things that we hang on to.
I wasn't at the Christmas event last year, but like through the main strip of town, do we have any kind of lights that are up for the whole season or anything?
Yeah, so I have lights that go across the street.
Okay, do we want to add anything to that? Like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't know what's there.
well, the Lonnie lights you're referring to?
The Lonnie Napper one. In honor of our former.
Those are not inexpensive. You have to use very specific cable ties. There's traffic control and contractors involved, so bear that in mind. You might not get the bang for your buck. Those. So the grant is due November 17th. Must benefit the former Village of Wyoming. Must be a not-for-profit, which through the town you are. And be capital. And be bursaries for scholarship and education. Pilot demonstrations or evaluations.
Can we ask for power, like more power at McKay Park?
Yes, that was what I was thinking in the back of my head. Many of you have expressed a desire for more power outlets. So yes, in theory, we could, with the endorsement of the Parks and Recreation Committee, apply for a joint project to upgrade the exterior power availability at McKay Park.
Would $2,000 get us more power at McKay Park?
May get you a little more power as
Couple light bulbs.
Again, that's not a cheap project with electricians and permits and anything else, because I know that old system. We looked at fixing it when I was doing Al's job, and I said, that's way too much money, and 10 years later, here we are.
Is there any way, I assume there's no like cost savings on the fact that the pool is ripped up, so now we can add more power somehow? Yeah. Trying.
So, Melissa, I tried. I talked to them while we were in there having a review of the pool.
Yeah.
See if we could add more to it, and given the scope of that project, they didn't think we needed anything extra there at that time. They're actually thinking they're gonna save some power. Because we're eliminating 4 pumps and putting 1 in the
So in theory,
in theory.
we could take what's left from that one pump, put it on a piggy panel and get it probably to the outside wall of the pool, relatively inexpensive. The second we try to run that underground to a remote location though,
Yeah.
you'd be exceeding anything we can get for the grant.
Wonder though, how would the committee look at that request from us and the town saying, well, that should be a town project? I wonder, how would they perceive?
I think it would be received well, but you'd probably want to start that discussion about summer of next year. The parks budget's already been endorsed. So I think if that's a kind of project that you partnered and or advocated to the Parks Committee to take on, you'd want to start that application in the summertime. But their budget's already been set, so.
Good idea though.
It's Alex's idea. I know we've had this conversation before over the years though. 'Cause I mean, it's just,
I was on the Parks Committee.
it's just like, it's a hard park because of the limitations with the power.
Or just very much so.
You keep the big lights on.
Well, there's a procedure. You have to turn the power on in the building and then go out and start shutting down all the tower lights. In the panel box out there to get power at those little outlets. But then you're actually feeding those outlets. It's kind of I think those outlets were put in during the 150.
No,
No, they were there before that?
yeah,
Okay.
Probably.
we tried to fix them for the 150. That's why they look newer, but obviously we didn't overly succeed.
So I think, is there anybody that thinks we should not apply for the grant? So I think we should probably apply for $2,000. And
You could apply for a Honda generator for the picnic in the park to give you a little bit better flexibility. That would give you some electrical benefit.
well, we still have 2 weeks. No, no, oh no.
November 17th.
So we still have next committee meeting. But I think by next committee meeting, we either need to have a better idea or we need to buy Christmas decorations.
What we'll do is we'll get this to Nicole. Nicole will email to the committee as a whole. In your chat group and your subcommittee meetings, you guys can put game plans together, but your final vote should be, hey, reviewed options X through Y. The committee felt that this is the best option, and you'd vote on supporting that option here.
But like realistically, whatever we do, it needs to fit somewhere in $2,000 to $2,500. Or we need to, as a committee, realize that we have the rest of the money for it to cover that cost.
Again, it would be close to getting outlets to the outside of the building.
Yeah.
Which is where you've had your stage in the past and a few other things. So that may be beneficial if it adjusts some of your design on when you're at McKay Park. So that might get you started. And if the outlets are there and you get more money, it's just another step to go down and in the ground and out. So it could be a start. Another option could be a Honda generator, which runs quiet enough that you don't have to yell over if you're having conversations with the people. So if hydro out there's a priority, those are some short-term options that could lead to longer term options. It is a committee. We could also through the town look at in the future in-kind donations too with electrical contractors. In-kind donations are a little bit more difficult because for us to follow our CRA requirements, the contract has to do the work. We have to pay them for the work, and then they give us a donation in the value of which we paid them for. That's the only way that in-kind donations will work with CRA, so.
Like, for the amount of times that we use power at the park, we don't need the Cadillac option. But we need something, like we're here now, we don't need this, but maybe something in here, so. And it doesn't have to be 2,500, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like historically, community foundation grants. Someone might say we want 10,000 this year, and then next year they have a big project and they go only want 50. So. When I know of it, there's flexibility, and it doesn't hurt to ask for probably more than what you think what you might need. They will just offer less, correct, depending on the investment level that year, I believe.
If we decided that we wanted to do power at the park, before we send in the request, would that have to go to the Parks and Rec Committee for their approval?
I would suggest yes.
And how often does the Parks and Rec Committee meet?
You get this once a month.
Next one is the October 16th.
November 16th?
In that, generally within the week of your November
20th.
Okay, so if we don't, so can we float that idea by them then at the next meeting? Or can they discuss it?
Also,
So
you
that-
is preferably a week before the meeting is to send a, semi-formal sounding email from yourself or Brad, noting that you'd like to take on that project and a little bit of the details.
Can we say we potentially want to take it on and just kind of see what their thoughts are before we,
Yes.
because then at least then we have their,
Sure, you have their support.
at least then we have their blessing, and then we can figure out, we've still got 3 weeks to figure out what we're actually gonna do.
Just two things. Number one, it's a great idea, but I think you should also have a backup.
Yeah.
For another plan to put in for some funding. And I forgot what my other one was. Oh, God. But yeah, that's the main thing. Have a backup there for sure. And get it ready to go. I'll think of the other about 9-10 o'clock tonight, so I'll call you. Oh, I got it, Mr. Chair. Also, too, depends on how many other groups put in, the amount of funding that you get. They have X amount of dollars that come back from investments. And if there's only, say, 7 or 8 individuals or groups that put in for it, then the next time, if there's only like 5, you may get more than what there is. So it all depends on those numbers as well.
Okay, so we do have some thinking on that. I do like. For sure, I think we've said it for many years, yeah. And all we can do is try and see where that goes, but yes, we do need a backup, so we can put our thinking caps on for that, for sure. That's all I had, I guess, on that. Mitchell, do you have anything else that you wanted to kind of find out about the committee, or?
Yeah, just thinking here. As a backup to that lighting stuff, or not the lighting, the electricity in the park. I think like lighting for the Christmas would also be a good idea. Kind of like, I know in Waterloo here, I'm not sure what goes on. I didn't really see the Christmas in the village last year, but a lot of lighted wreaths on light posts and lighting wrapped around light posts, entryways, like kind of signage, light up blinking signs pointing to different attractions, I guess you would call it, one would visit during the Christmas in the village. So I think that could also be something where that money could go to, but I do like the idea of the more power because, I mean, a lot of the events are held at the park, so yeah.
Carolyn,
I like the idea of the more power.
anything else in general in the committee that you're wondering about?
Not at the moment. I'm trying to take it all in.
Sean? Is there anything else that you can think of that?
Well, obviously power is a big issue, especially at Christmas and Halloween, because everything pretty much. But the nice thing is if you start going with LED lighting, it cuts your power down by about 40% at least. I would suggest you definitely look at that, or the other thing you might want to do is you might want to look at. I've only been back and forth through Wyoming at Christmas time, back and forth the odd time, so I can't remember what you have, but the other thing you might want to think is that you could get some, we were thinking about decorations, maybe some on the posts that have bells and they have wreaths and all that kind of stuff, and they're all LED lighting, so they run so cheap. And no, I don't know how your light posts work, but did some of them have outlets on them? Because I know you should got some lights over.
The street lights are all have outlets on them.
Yeah, so
But the committee. The committee here, I don't know if they would budget for those. That's something we'd budget through Public Works and Corporate Services. So that's something that's been on our list to talk about over the years. Our Christmas decorations are aging. But that's not something I would expect this committee to pay for. That's something that would be discussed at council as a whole.
You ever need that? I got a great supplier.
That's that.
You ever need those to discussions? I got a great supplier.
Time is coming sooner rather than later, but a lot of priorities right now, so.
The Lonnie lights, we need Gary lights now, right?
Now, the other thing you might want to think about is for the different projects you have in your parks, you might want to have a base that you can change pieces that the main fixture say, like, for example, with Santa, you can get digital backgrounds now and put up that it looks like it's a forest and that kind of stuff, and a toy shop and all that kind of stuff. And for Halloween, you can switch them out to something else. So that's another option.
Okay, does anyone else have anything at all that they need brought forward?
When you having a sub meeting.
Or for Halloween?
Well, do we need one for Halloween?
I think we're good for that.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out the night.
Okay.
Well, can I ask at our last subcommittee meeting, we touched on for the each of the different groups for Christmas in the Village. If each of us from the committee not head up, but be one, like a group, the liaison for the committee. So in other words, if the firemen, if they have any questions, they'll contact whoever of us, and vice versa. To remind them, to ask them, did you do this? You know, that kind of thing. We're going to do that.
Is that kind of what you did? Like, I know you were instrumental, Mike, in getting the ball rolling with getting people together. Now, when emails come in last year, and no, we all got them, but I mean, were you kind of in charge of that? I don't remember, or not really.
Really.
Okay,
They just had my email because I was the one that sent it out, but.
right.
It doesn't necessarily make, like, it would be nicer to have a direct person to say, okay,
Yeah.
Lioness, you go to Jill, and like Jill is your contact person from now, even at the event. Go to Jill. She knows everything there is to know about what you're
That
doing.
way, if they have
Yeah.
any questions and I'm not sure, I can put it to the committee to get
Yeah.
100%.
It doesn't all fall on one person to do all 9 groups.
Yeah.
You could set that up at the meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. I think before we set that up, our committee should know who's gonna be around for Christmas in the Village though. Cause I think if you're not able to attend that night, then we'll probably leave you off as a liaison. Then it just leaves more questions.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, in terms of Christmas in the Village, we'll, I would like to have it after our first meeting, Gord, I guess, to answer your question on October 23rd, maybe shortly thereafter.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to hear what everyone else has to say first, I guess, and kind of where their heads are at before we go and do our thing. Because 2 days after that is our event anyway, right?
Mhm.
Spectacular.
Well, if there's nothing else, then I have a motion here moved by Ingrid, seconded by Bill, that the Special Events Committee adjourn until the November 3rd, 2025 meeting at 7 p.m. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Jill, thank you.
Thank you.